Alright guys, this right here is a 1998 Stihl O66 that I bought again in 1998. You can see I used it hard. Right now it's blowed up, so I mean I think this is about the third or fourth handle on it, third or fourth brake handle. You know, I broke the side of the chain cover. It's been through a lot. I used to log professionally with this, and I used to cut 50 trees a day. So, and I did that for months and months. So, anywho, obviously, it needs a lot of work. If it's even worth fixing, I'm not sure. Obviously, you know, the parts I need for the budget that we're on, it's probably going to end up being Chinese parts, which is why there's a box underneath this saw. Instead of buying the parts to fix that old 66, I decided to test the new parts, and what better way to test them is to test them all together into one saw here. I've not been paid for this. I bought this with my own money, so nobody sent me this for free or anything. I paid for it. Bought it off Amazon. And I'm going to be, this is just the unboxing video, but there's going to be, over the next few months, I'll be reviewing the saw. And you'll get to see what somebody who has put a lot of hours behind an 066 thinks about this saw. See what we got here. Well, the box is pretty flimsy, but you know, that's China. Looks like it's got a blowout there. But there's another box inside, so that's a good sign. Let's see what we got here. Alright. Well, I got a full wrap handle. Okay. Let's see here. What else we got? We got a scabbard. Nothing special. Nowhere near the quality of the steel when I got that. I remember that. But anywho, let's see here. Bag of tools. I hear a lot of hype about these tools, although I don't know what you need piston ring compressors for. What else we got in here? Log, we need those. Definitely need those. So, using those. Looks like different wrenches and whatnot. About the kind of quality you'd pick up at, you know. And here's the big thing. This is what we really need right here. Got to have that. It looks fine. I don't see anything wrong with it. Pretty simple tool though, so gonna be needing that. Probably need a. Hopefully there's some torques in here. We're gonna need that to put the guard on, or the handle on. There's the screws. Ah, heck with it. We want to get the saw out, right? Yeah, none of this business. Got a lot of stuff over there. Here we go. Here's the saw. This is what we're looking for. Farmmac F660V. Yeah, the plastic is pretty flimsy. Yeah, you can definitely tell it is not the quality of a 66. Feels like a toy. But, you know, you never know, right? That doesn't feel too bad. What is rattling around in there? Seems alright. But everything, you can just feel it doesn't have the quality of the original Stihl, obviously. But kind of expected that, being it was half the price of the Stihl was, not even half the price of Stihl was 20 years ago or more. So obviously it wasn't going to be up to par. But if we can get something close, then at least I can get a few jobs done, right? Anywho. Okay, so this is supposed to be a Warburg carburetor. I'm not going to take that off right now, but that's what that's supposed to be. Filter looks like. Somebody hand painted the Farmmac on the top there. That looks pro. And painted it with a little paintbrush, maybe F660V. And then this looks like it's hand painted on. But you know, what do you expect from Chinese kids, right? They can't really color between the lines yet, so. Well, I mean, it doesn't feel very. Oh, they got the compression. Got the compression valve down. That's why. I mean, sounds good. Sounds all right. Just pulling it. We'll see. That's supposed to be in the notch. Well, anywho. So, we're going to throw a steel bar and chain on it off of this 66 over here. Thought I'd film putting this handle on here. I already got it part way on, but there was a screw right here, so we're going to see these Torx. It came with its Torx wrench. It's got kind of a brown coating. Looks like rust, maybe? I'm not sure. But tighten that all the way down before we get these. Yeah, we got two on the bottom. Hole's a little bit off center. So that'll be fun. We'll see. Well, that's right, we've got screws for this bottom plate here somewhere too. I don't know if I'm going to put that on or not. Probably should. Give this thing all the help it can get. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm not real impressed yet. We'll see when we get her running. Oh, that went pretty good. Can't complain about that. So far, as critical as I'm being, I really can't complain too much. We'll see. I wouldn't call it professional grade, that's for sure. I mean, if this is pro grade, I have to see what the homeowner grade looks like. All right, is this? Let's see. Do we have the right sprocket on here? .3/8. So yeah, that's the right one. I think that's what I've got here. 3/8. Yep. 3/8. So that'll work. Oh, this feels wrong. Putting the steel bar and chain on this Chinese. I think I might have to confess my sins after this. There we go. There we go. Hand painted.
Hand painted.
Hand painted, look at
Huh.
that. Yeah.
High quality stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's handcrafted, you could say, right?
Right.
Handcrafted by Chinese children. Yep. these nuts on there. Come on. Oh, I forgot to put the dogs on that. Doggone it! I forgot to put the dogs on. I want the dogs on.
What's a dog? Oh, the spiky things.
These spiky things.
Spiky things.
Spiky things.
What are big spiky things?
Chromey. And chrome, shiny.
There's 3?
2.
I don't know if there was 3. Okay.
So I guess you gotta remove these plastic pieces. That's not too difficult. Those in there. And put these back in. I guess they keep those captured. Alright. Now, there we go.
Put your spiky things on.
Some assembly required, right?
Right.
Now I know what that cheap wrench was for. At first I thought that was plastic, but it's not. It's aluminum or magnesium or whatever they call it. It just got such a thick coat of paint on it, which is chipping off right there. This doesn't really fit.
Gotta buy your truck.
The holes don't really line up, so we're gonna do the best we can. So
you might need to get the drill press out.
Well, we're gonna try here. They kind of line up a little bit. It's like they don't even a little bit line up. Might actually, before I would take the grinder to it. Is what I would do to this. Yeah. I might have to do some modification to get that on. I get that one on, but there's a bump right there in the when the case where the case come together.
You got a knife? Or is it not cuttable? It looks like it's
I got a chisel knife down there on the floor. Can you grab it? Maybe I can take that off. Modification, right? That's working. Oh. Hey, fits a lot better now.
cool.
Nice. Alright. Still not perfect though. Yeah, I don't even know if it's... I mean, it's a lot better, but it's not enough to... I have to grind a little bit off of that right there. I'm going to have to take that in the shop and grind it. Because so it'll set down on there.
You just take your chisel to it.
I can't take the chisel to a steel.
Why not?
Because it ain't going to cut it. I'll cut that aluminum okay. But... So it fits on the top, alright. It's just this one. That hole is a little off center. So, modification time. So, after just one tank of gas, We'll report on the saw. The chain tensioner broke, or bent. You can see tensioner. What happened was the chain popped off, and a little bit of stress that the chain popping off caused. And I'm not sure that this was the chain popping off that caused the tensioner to bend, or the tensioner, or bent tensioner that caused the chain to pop off. But either way, the chain popped off and the tensioner is bent, both here and here, and it won't thread in or out. So I had to take my tensioner out of the Stihl, the old Stihl, and put that in there. So -1 on the Farmmac. So we'll see.